one thing.
Ew.
expertise. Electrocuting fees. Switch to a TurboTax expert for $150. All tax situations, all returns. $150 all in. No surprises. Now this is Texas.
It's here, the party shop at Michael's Balloon Bar. Choose from over 700 balloon styles and free helium on select.
Hi. If you're wondering if you're late, you are not late. No, you are not late. I'm not even like halfway done. I mean, technically, yes, I am halfway done. But I'm not halfway done through coloring. I mean, technically I am, but like you're fine. You're fine. You're not late. Hmm. I just didn't expect you to come. So that's why when I DM'd you, I was like, yeah, I don't expect you to come this time. I didn't expect anyone to come, but there's people here. I didn't expect that, but I am glad that people are here. So hello. Uh, I have a rant I want to get off my chest, and yeah, it's nothing crazy. It's just OC art related stuff. Um, so today we are drawing my Genshin OC, but this is Hydro. Um, when I'm ranting about this time, about my characters, um, so basically, I notice how there are people that draw my characters wrong. Not just my Genshin OCs, even though it's not very often when people do. I just mean my characters in general, just a general sense. So my Sona, not this Sona, my main Sona that you guys probably haven't seen, looks very similar to this one, but just have like different clothes. Um, they are made of water, which is why their hair is super smooth like bubbles. Now, since my character is black and I'm also black, a lot of people would assume that they have texture. I mean hair. The hair itself have texture because my hair is black. Okay? Okay, you follow me. So, I'm not angry when people do that. That's not the relevant issue, okay? I want everyone to understand. Ice is not mad because um you put texture in the hair. That's not why Ice is upset, okay? I am upset because I have to explain every time, even if I've already explained previously that my character is made of water. Alright? Are we on the same page? Okay. Now, when it comes to this version of my Sona, this character is androgynous, which means they're not supposed to look like a man or a woman. Very much gender neutral character, and I wanted this character to look androgynous. I just realized I messed up their thing. But I wanted them to look androgynous for a reason, because in the main game of Genshin Impact, the characters the characters look, well, not look, but the characters are male and female. The travelers, I mean. And I wanted to have more diversity by making my own Sona to be androgynous, and I wanted to explore androgyny. That's the whole point of this character. That's why there's no boobs, and I don't want people to think that there are boobs. When I put on their character sheet, it has the non-binary symbol. I thought people knew what the non-binary symbol looked like, but for those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, the non-binary symbol looks like this. Hold up. It looks like this. You have a circle, right? This, this. This is one of the non-binary symbols. There's another non-binary symbol. But that's the main one that non-binary people use. Um, but yeah, my character is in fact that. And yeah. And for one of my other characters, her name is Danny, and she's plus sized. Now you might be thinking, oh, people make her skinny. No, that's not the reason. The reason why people draw her wrong is specifically her tail. It's supposed to kind of look like a scorpionish tail at the end. She is half human, half snake, but she's like a demon. But the end of her tail is like a scorpion, like, because that's where the poison comes from. But people have been drawing her with a regular tail. And I've been trying to explain to people she does not have a regular tail. I'm trying to make her stick out from other snakes. She has a specific um what's it called? Like a stinger? Is that what you call on scorpions or something? Like a stinger type thing? Um on the end of her tail. That's very intentional. And then when it comes to my other characters, my creator OCs, um, Archangel and Hades, they are made to be similar. That is a very intentional character design. But I want people to understand that they are super different. Okay? How did I do this? What did I color? Oh, okay, I colored that. Okay. Okay, sorry. I was trying to remember how I colored something. Anyway, it's super different, alright? So, Archangel has an eyeball in the middle of their halo. That's a very intentional design. But with Hades is a mouth, not an eye, and people have confused that. And I'm like, what? And and some of these people are people I've known for a while, not super long, not super long, but long enough where they have seen my art style and how I've drawn teeth. The way I've drawn teeth is two lines. That's how I draw teeth. Unless it's a tooth gap, which is what my creator, no, that's what my Sona has. This Sona, oh my god, corroborate where this character has and a different character, my original Sona, they have a singular line to signify that their teeth has gaps. Right? That's a very intentional character design. And you might be wondering, oh, why not just tell the person? Because sometimes they just give it to me, and you know, I feel bad on correcting them. I feel horrible every time. It's not that I don't have a backbone or anything, it's just I know they worked hard. They worked tremendously hard for their artwork. And I don't want to be a bad person. Well, not like a bad person, like a rude person. And being like, so you drew my character wrong. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be rude. You know what I'm saying? But I do have to speak up more on how people draw my characters. Because it's only those characters. Actually, no, there was this one specific time where one of my mutuals whitewashed my one of my darker OCs. I don't think they intentionally did it, but I don't know. And they also mischaracterized him. That OC is a villain. He is a villain, okay? I need you guys to understand. He is a villain. He's not a good person. He's supposed to be like a cartoon villain in a way. That's how he was intentionally designed. And he is not capitalized and italicized, not meant to be good. They don't he likes to take over the world. He wants to take over the world and he hates everyone and he would use anyone to his advantage because he's a manipulative person. Okay? I need y'all to listen to me. Okay? Manipulative. He's not a good human being. But he is one of my darker OCs. Okay? He's not the darkest OC. He's just one of my darker OCs. But he ain't that dark. The reason why I made him darker is because I wanted to have a variety of black people. Because I have seen when people color in black people, it's always a very constant shade or similar shades. Yeah, I mentioned it to you. I told you this in DMs. I didn't tell all the other people this. Okay, shush. I told you this in DMs. I didn't tell nobody else this. All right. Unless I have said it in live stream. I probably have. But that is irrelevant to this conversation. It's very relevant to this conversation, okay? Um the point that I'm trying to the the point that I'm trying to say, I swear to sweet lemons, I really hate ads. No one cares. No one cares ads. I'm gonna need you to throw. There you go. Huh? Yeah, very much. The hues can be like changing in terms of like tone and stuff. It changes depends on the undertones of the character. Okay, it changes a lot depending on the undertones. So with my villain, my villain is a very dark brown. Okay, so you see this OC. This OC is like a neutral mud brown, I would say. He's darker than this. He's darker than this. But the person made them lighter, even lighter than this. So I'm like he was still brown, but he wasn't dark brown. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes any sense. But yeah, I wanted my OCs to have different variants of brown because a lot of people make brown the same brown and not different variants of brown because black people in general have different hues depending on the undertone because we have three different undertones that we go through. It's either yellow, orange, or red. Okay? Some people are like a mix. Uh, yeah. I mean, no, not ashy. Just really. How do I explain this? I wouldn't say ashy as in white. Just a like. It was brown, but it was a very light brown. And it looked off. But it wasn't necessarily ashy per se. It wasn't an ashy color at all. It was not ashy. Yes, desaturated. That's what it was. It was like a very desaturated. It was super saturated kind of. It was kind of saturated in a way. But it was like a very like a desaturated type of color. It was like kind of like an orange even though he I think I made his undertone more red, but but they made him like the undertone felt more of like an orange type of color rather than his darker skin because they made him just like a light brown and not a dark brown. So I'm just like, all right. And like, I don't have the energy to be angry cuz they gave him wings when I mentioned that he's an angel. Now I should have gone in depth of what type of angel he was, but they also should have asked me if he had wings. He doesn't have wings because in my world that I have created, there are two different angels. There are mages and they are regular angels. He is a mage angel and he does not have wings. He relies on magic. At the time of the beginning of the story, he had ice magic. So he went around with his life with his wife and as a king as a kingdom of heaven with ice magic. But no, he does not have wings. And the person should have asked me if he had wings because in my character sheet did not show that he had wings. I never mentioned he had wings either. So after that, after when I told the person that like, hey, he doesn't have wings, and the person was like, yeah, but like I thought it would be cool if he had wings. And I'm just like, okay. Um so yeah, cuz I do have characters of various of shades. The lightest character is my Sona's mom. She is the lightest character. And the darkest character I have is not this one, but like my main Sona, their one of their best friends is super dark. Not black dark, but very dark. It's a very intentional color design. Um, I do have like two white characters. I don't know if you would count Archangel as white, because technically they're not really like a creature thing, human, whatever. But yeah, a lot of people mistaken, well, not a lot of people, but like a few people would have mistaken my creator OCs as gods. I want to preference this. They are not gods, okay? Think of them like pink and white diamond. That's their dynamic. You have Archangel as white diamond and pink diamond as Hades. And they're basically like two kids on a Lego set. That's basically how they function. They are not gods in any sort of way. I want people to understand. Archangel is the one that's about the natural order. Okay? And they create galaxies and planets and stuff. And that's it. Hades likes to cause chaos because they think it's the funniest shit known to man. They think it's some hee hee ha ha's just causing destruction all the time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think this will go like here, and I'll move it up. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah. Now, this character, I've talked about this character before. I'm just gonna, yeah. This character is non-binary, and they are androgynous. That's why they have no boobs. They were intended to not have boobs, because I genuinely think that Hoyoverse are not very good at diversity. Like I installed Genshin from my phone because I have my Switch now and I have started to play Overwatch more and started to play Bayonetta 2 more. But yeah, but when I didn't have my Switch, well, I have a Switch Lite, but my Switch Lite, which I still currently have in my room, was broken. why did it break? Because I accidentally put a charger that was like that breaks other electronics inside of it, and I forgot I even have it, and I should have thrown it away when I had the chance to, and I forgot, and it's just thrown away now. It's just gone. But yeah. So for like a couple of months, I couldn't play Bayonetta when it was Christmas time because the setting and Bayonetta 2 sets in around Christmas time, and I was sad. And I couldn't play any of like the other events that was going on in December on Overwatch. So I was sad. I was very 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 sad. But the reason why I had Genshin was because of two reasons, and one of them was for the fact that I didn't have my Switch. But another reason was because of an ex friend. That ex friend played Genshin a lot, along with Fortnite and stuff. And that person, I wanted to play with them on Genshin, but then I completely forgot that you have to be a certain level to play with someone on Genshin. And that person was like a really high level. A really, really high level. So yeah, that's why. But now, since I don't really need it anymore, I just uninstalled it from my phone. And it takes up a lot of your phone anyway. It take I just realized I think I saw an ad for it, how it takes up a lot of your electronics, no matter what it is, storage, no matter if it's your laptop, no matter if it's like your PC or anything like that, it takes a lot. It takes up a lot, especially if it's your phone. And I wish it was actually phone compatible, but seeing how it's not even laptop or PC compatible, I'm like, dang, why would you want people to actually play this game? Hmm? I thought it was insane. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah. Now it's time to the shading part. So yeah. Yeah, that was my ranting. Oh, okay, 53 minutes. Coolios. I think I'll just start here. I don't think I want my shading to be crazy or anything. I don't know how I want to shade this. I'm not sure where I want. Okay, the light source is coming from out here, obviously, but there's also light sources coming from the clothes themselves. So I have to be mindful of that. Also, I drew two things today. Well, technically three if you consider this. But I drew two different things today. I drew my VTuber friend, one of my VTuber friends. Her birthday is coming up next Friday, and I decided to draw it for her. She didn't know until I sent it in her Discord. Yay. She loved it, by the way. And another thing was I drew a friend's Yumi ship, and she loved it as well. Why did I draw it? Because I always wanted to draw her and her FO because I think it's adorable and really cool and whatnot. She's great. Um, so yeah. The reason why I went on to that tangent was because I realized how often people draw my characters wrong, and I want to preference this again. I am not upset because people assume things about my character. That's not why I'm upset. Okay, I want to preference that. I'm upset because I have to explain every single time whenever they do something wrong. And two things either happen, and neither of them are good. They either explain why they did that thing, or they get mad at me because I corrected them. Neither of them are good. Okay, so safe to say, I just accepted whatever and just be on with my day. Because don't get me wrong, I'm grateful whenever people do draw my characters. It's just people draw them or color them incorrectly, and I just feel like I want to rage quit sometimes. Like, I had. I don't remember if this was a mutual or someone that just regularly follows me on TikTok. But someone drew my Genshin OC, this character, but they colored them wrong. How? It wasn't the skin, it was the clothes. You see how this is very much neutral colors? Well, they gave them like different colors, like different blues, even though that's not how it's supposed to be. And this was before I made a rough sheet of all the elements that I collected in the game. I was not far enough to get Pyro, okay? That's a whole lot of story stuff I have to do and a lot of ascensioning. And I hate, and I mean hate, ascensioning in that game. Oh my god, I hate it. I hate it so much. It pisses me off. But that's besides the point. Um, I accept it anyways, even though the colors are wrong. Another was when this was on like a post. I commented on a mutuals post. They asked, "Hey, I want to draw people's OCs," and I put down my character and I said who they were, and I explained that they are a traveler, a Genshin OC traveler, which means they don't have a vision. If people ever played Genshin, or at least have watched people played Genshin Impact, okay? And the person gave them a vision, and I explained to them that this character doesn't have a vision because they are a traveler. That was part of their character design. And then they were like, "Oh yeah, I just thought it was cool if they had a vision." So I just lost hope. I just lost internal hope in humanity because that's not why they were designed like this. They were designed with these specific colors for a reason, and they were designed without a vision for a reason. And giving them a vision changed the entire character. I don't want the character to have a vision because that defeats the purpose of them being a traveler. No traveler, neither it Lumine or Ether have visions because they're not from that era of Genshin. Well, not Genshin, but era of Teyvat. Um, because Teyvat in that world had gained visions because of the gods, because of the seven, right? But they aren't from that time period. They were from the past. I think. I don't. The lore is kind of confusing to me, but as far as I'm concerned, they're not really from that era, which is why they can go to the statues and just touch them and be like, boom, element power. You know what I'm saying? Um. So yeah, it just it's annoying. It's really annoying. So I just stopped trying to correct others. Yeah, it's like it's very annoying. um because this character's name is also Ice. All Not all of them, but a good variant of my OCs of my Sona is Ice or some variant of Ice, as in like the element, and not the evil version. No, I'm not that type of person. This is my chosen name, and I had this name for a long time, way before all this nonsense even started. So I hate any of this even happening right now. So anyway, um, yeah, this character doesn't have a vision. This character has a weapon called the Obsidian Sword. It's very different from the Star Sword because the Star Sword is meant for the Travelers, and I didn't even know that until like way later, and I feel dumb. Um, but the Obsidian Sword is meant to adapt to the elements as well. It also like adapts to it. Its original color without any sort of element is like, wait a darn moment. Did I wait a Tree Shavakadu moment? Wait a minute. Hold up. There you go. The original color is like black, dark gray, mayhaps. That's the best way I can put it. It's like a dark gray color. And and whenever it like whenever they touch a statue and they adapt the the element, any element that they choose from, the sword also adapts that as well. So yeah. So yeah, I really like my sword that I have created. I worked really hard for the sword. I know YouTube algorithm really does not like this character, or at least not push this character out. I remember last year, majority of my videos, like a good chunk, a pretty good decent chunk, was over 1K views. And like double digit likes, sometimes 100, but that's kind of rare. And I'm fine and happy and dandy with all of the likes and views that I get. I love every single one of you. All of my tiny little strangers on my little phone slash laptop, and you guys are great. I am happy either way. It's just damn. I'm mad at the algorithm, not at the people. I am never mad at you guys. Never. I'm just mad at the algorithm that's like, actually, no one cares about your Genshin character. I'm like, how rude. How rude. Excuse me? The heck? um, because I know it has pushed out my videos before. It has pushed out my shorts. And yes, I post YouTube shorts. And yes, I did post regular videos before, but I do not like making regular videos. And even on top of that, I have like a OneDrive that is hanging on its last leg, kind of. And making videos take a lot of my OneDrive. That's not good. So I just do shorts instead. I made a video once. I made a video once and it was to review someone's hat. I wasn't sponsored, by the way. I just really liked this person. Um, and yeah, it was specifically made. The video was made for them, and I didn't care who else saw it. I didn't care if I had 1 million views or anything. I don't care. I cared if that person saw it, and they did, and they liked it, so it was all good. So yeah, I didn't care about any of it. If I had like 1 million views or if I had like a whole bunch of likes, cause you know my editing isn't that great. I use Premiere Pro to do it anyway. Um, what I'm saying is that like my YouTube really hates me. Like when I posted my Yumi ship, for those of you that don't know, mine is Bayonetta from Bayonetta 2. I have this. I got this for Christmas last year, and I love it. It's an amiibo, and they exist. I forgot they freaking existed. And I love her so much, and I will keep her protected. But when I did used to post my Yumi ship, It was like for 2 months. At first, YouTube was eating it. They were just eating it up. They're like nom 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 nom, like dang, just straight up eating it. And then I had like a whole lot of views. And then like the more I milked it, the less views I got. And then that's when the algorithm was like, all right, do something else now. And I'm like, what? What? So I had to find something else to draw, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And now for those of you that may be wondering, are you a content creator? Yes. I consider myself as a content creator. Before I didn't, but now I do. But I have to change the way I be posting my stuff on the algorithm. Not because I get like flags or anything, or any demonetization or anything like that. Not that I get paid, because I don't. You have to have a certain amount of subscribers and views to get partners with them. But even if then, I don't have a whole. I wouldn't have that much money anyway. You would have to have at least certain amount of like views for shorts as well. I think it's like millions or something like that. And I'm like, millions. I could barely keep like over 1K sometimes. And the highest I've ever gotten was my first short, which is like 6.9K, and that was a speed paint of of Megagon Free. If anyone knows who that is, that I did, and that was the first one I've done like a year or two ago. It was like November 2024. So yeah. And some people thought I was really young. And you guys probably think I'm young now. Probably think I'm like a kid or like a really like young adult. I don't mind telling you my age because I'm a full adult. I am 23 years old. Yes, I am unk. I am old. I am fully aware. But just let you know, it's on my it's on my bio, my channel bio. I am an actual adult. Like, I am grown. I am 23. I turned 23 in January. So like 2 months ago I turned 23. And yeah. And I replied to the comment that I am much older than you think, because I had this account since 2016, but I didn't post until 2024. The reason why I didn't post until 2024 was two reasons. One, at the time I was a minor and I didn't want any of my family members to find me for whatever reason that would be. I still don't want them to find me, but any reason that would be. And two, I didn't know how to post anything even if I wanted to, because you know I was a kid. But yeah, oops. But now I'm old and decrepit and need to go to the nursing home. Um, it's just fine. It's whatever. I'm never really like upset or anything that I'm older. It's weird though. You don't really feel like an adult when you become one. You just feel like a bigger kid that has money if you have a job. I do have a job. I don't spend my money as much because I need a new one. Pain and suffering. Just straight up pain and suffering. Oops. Hey, yo, stop falling. Oh my god. But yeah, it doesn't really feel like you're an adult. Like when you become an adult, you don't feel like one. Like you would think that, oh yes, I'm out of my parents' house, to which I am not. I'm not out of my mom's house, but be like, oh yes, I am finally free, and now what? I got bills to do, but like what do I do now? It doesn't It doesn't really feel like it yet. You just feel like you're getting older and then you have money. That's the best way I can describe it. Because my mom says she's always 17. She is not 17. She's much older. She's 20 years older than me. So yeah, you would never actually feel like an adult. Ever. And it's kind of weird, you know? Not in a bad way. It just feels weird sometimes. I think I was shade here, mayhaps. Yeah. Yeah. Where's all your traveler? Oh! I just read this. You want to see the ref sheet? I would have to post the ref sheet. I just saw this. My bad. My bad. Okay. I just saw that. My fault. Okay. So, here is the ref sheet. I think I'll just post this as a. I just lost my train of thought. What is it called? Community post. I will just post it as a community post, and then I will tag you. Is it? Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. It will be as my community post. This is the one with the colors and stuff. Open. Where is it? Um, here's the sword right here, and where is it? Here it is. Here it is. Here's the original design. They're supposed to look androgynous. That's why there's no boobs. Okay, they're supposed to look androgynous. And yes, the non-binary symbol's right there. um, yeah, a lot of people mistaken them as a guy or a girl. They're neither. They're neither of them. But I will definitely post this. Um, but if you want to, you can go to my TikTok because it's also on there. You have to scroll down to find it though, but it's also on there. My TikTok is Ice Queen in a Cube. It's basically my user on here, but there is a an underscore in front of Ice. The reason why I couldn't put an underscore in front of Ice on YouTube because YouTube won't let me. But it is underscore Ice underscore Queen uh in a cube. All it like no wait an underscore Queen and then in a cube. But the in the cube is like together. There's no space. Yeah. Yeah. And you would know it's me cause I have the same PFP. Okay? I have the same exact PFP. Just like the one on here. My bad. I did not read that. My bad. I just saw it. Yeah. My TikTok has everything else. I post. What are all the socials I have? The ones that are safe for work, TikTok, and YouTube. I have an Insta, but I don't post there anymore. I posted that like my entire existence, but I stopped posting it last January. You don't have TikTok? Darn. I stopped posting on Instagram like I think it was a couple of years ago or something. Yeah. But I will post them. And then I'll I'll like tag you if I remember if I remember how to spell your name. Not that I can't spell your name. It's just my memory is straight dog water. It is horrendous. It is so bad. I forgot if I ate today. Wait, I did eat today. The bowl's over there. Yes, I ate spaghetti. Not spaghetti. It was noodles. I ate noodles today. Yes. Yeah. Um, multiply. Damn. That is sexy as fuck. Let me lower the opacity just a little. Just a tinge. Just a wee bit. This is sexy. Anyway, we're not done yet. Alright, I have to shade the hair now. Let's see. Ugh. Sorry, my nose was itching. My bad. Also, sorry for not streaming as much. um, I lost my train of thought. I think my brain just ran out the window. I don't know what happened. My brain done farted. Um, whoopsies. um, there we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I ever talked about their personality or you don't or I don't need to because it shows in the artwork. But my character compared to the other ones are expressive, but not in like in a happy sense. They they hate everybody. They hate everybody because they mad that the fact that they landed on Tevat and they can't fly anymore because in the beginning of the game they had wings, okay? But they never utilize the wings anymore. Now we have gliders. Okay, buddy. Anyway, so my character just want to find their friends. When they did find their friends, spoilers by the way, I don't know how far you guys are. I only beat like chapter 2 before I stopped playing, but um whichever character that you didn't choose is the owner of the abyss, the one that that controls everything and why all the bad things are happening. Anyway, so in this case, that would be the two travelers that you didn't choose. They would be like a third option. And what happened? Their genuine reaction is that they are pissed. They are absolutely like livid because their friends decided to create bad people. Well, not bad people, but like the abyss was people originally and then they became monsters. And then they told the abyss the abyss monsters to terrorize all these other people. And I'm like, this is nonsense. Why would they do that? This is absolute asinine. So yeah, they're like really pissed, and basically whenever they do see their friends again, they want to throw hands. They don't want to talk, they want to throw hands. They don't see the point of ever talking to them about anything. considering how horrible that is. Excuse me. Hello? Why aren't you responding to me? You're so rude and not responding to me. Dude. There we go. Jesus Christ. I don't know why it wasn't responding to me, guys. I swear it does this to me sometimes, which is why some of my artwork takes at least longer to me, but does not respond. There we go. But yeah, they are very much like a dick. They're not like a horrible person per se, but they just hate everyone because they are stuck on this planet and they can't go home, and their friends are horrible people. So, yeah. We're not done yet, guys. Don't leave yet. We have one more thing to do, so sit down, alright? The last thing that we have to do before I end stream is to do the sacred ritual, alright? You're probably wondering, what is the sacred ritual? Well, let me show you real quick. Is it going down or okay? Actually, no. There we go. Alright. It's time to show you the speed paint firsthand. That's the sacred ritual. So then y'all know that I did it. And so you can tell the rest of humanity that yes, I didn't steal, or literally no one cares. Go away. And tell everyone that I didn't steal or AI, even though it's obviously not AI, but you know, some people don't know that, apparently. No, stop it! I have to start over. Go, start over. There you go. There we go. That is the end of stream. I will talk to you guys next week. And yes, this will be posted as a VOD. Jeez, I can't talk. But anyway, I hope you have a good day, night, morning, wherever you are, wherever you're watching this, VOD or not. Make sure you drink water and eat some foods. And get rest. Do not be like me. I am the worst example. Absolutely atrociously worse. Yes, for legal reasons, I don't know your location. I don't really know where you guys are. Okay? I was just saying wherever you guys are, whoever you guys are, because I don't know where you are, so I'm not in your walls. Alright? Please don't look inside your walls. Okay. Bye.